she can introduce herself and begin to discuss some of the blends.
Thank you so much for the introduction, David. Again, my name is Betsy. I'm a practicing medical herbalist and licensed nutritionist in Northern Virginia and Maryland area. I did my graduate studies at the Maryland University of Integrated Health and focused on primarily female reproductive health and digestive disorders, which is the reason that Stephanie brought me in to consult with several of these blends as they have to do with the female reproductive system, cardiovascular system, which is a big area of focus for myself. So I'll start by talking a little bit about the Fresh Breeze blend for women first. This blend of coffee has a lot of herbs in it that we call reproductive tropho-restoratives, meaning these are herbs that tonify the reproductive tissue in the female body. They help bring it back to a normal functioning balance. An example of that would be the chaste tree in this blend, which helps to balance the levels of estrogen and progesterone in the female body to help really set the stage for an ideal hormone balance. A personal favorite of mine in this blend is the shatavari, which in Ayurvedic medicine is known as the herb of 1,000 husbands, meaning it gives the woman the vitality and strength her body and mind would need to handle 1,000 men in her life. So this is a beautiful tonic herb for women, and particularly when combined with herbs like damiana and ginger and maca that are traditional aphrodisiacs and uplifting, vitalizing herbs. This is a very, very well-rounded blend for just overall female hormonal balance, reproductive health, and overall sense of well-being. We also have the Heart Smart blend, which features moringa, hawthorn berry, ginkgo, and ginseng. I would say my favorite herb out of this blend is the hawthorn berry, which is my go-to herb for a cardiovascular tonic. Special thing about hawthorn is that it really helps the heart to work more effectively without asking the heart to work harder. So that's in essence what we look for in a tonic, is that it strengthens the system without increasing demands on a system. The ginseng and the ginkgo are also going to help improve circulation. So not only are we strengthening the heart, but we're improving the entire circulatory system in the body. The ginkgo also being what we call a venous tonic, which means that it improves the quality of the veins and the capillaries themselves so that they can more effectively pump blood throughout the body. After that, we have our Gentleman's Blend, which features horny goat leaf, Korean red ginseng, ginger, kola nut, oat straw, damiana, sarsaparilla, maca root, saw palmetto, and tribulus. And this is a blend that features a lot of herbs that in traditional literature are viewed as male tonics, particularly things such as saw palmetto, which is known for the prostate. And what a lot of people don't know about saw palmetto is not only does it help normalize prostate size and function, but it also has a lot of immune benefits to it that are often overlooked with the research going into the prostate effect. So this is also an excellent immune blend for men as well. The oat straw and damiana are both very nutritive tonics, and one thing we look for in a blend for both vitality and sexual health and men's reproductive health is a blend that's going to help restore mineral balance in the body. And this blend featuring especially the oat straw will really help with that as well. And the maca root is known as the Viagra of the Andes, if you will. It's a very, very strong reproductive tonic, but also helps increase our adrenal function. So it's what we call an adaptogenic herb, meaning it helps the body cope with varying levels of stress in the body, which is a big piece of the puzzle when we're talking about vitality and sexual health, as well as managing the stress response in the body. Similar effect with the tribulus is that it has some of the tonic effects of an adaptogen, and that it helps stimulate but also rebuild the system at the same time. The ginger and the ginseng are also going to help enhance the ability of the coffee to awaken the body and stimulate energy levels and also balance energy levels. And I love that a lot of these blends feature ginger because it helps circulate the other herbs more effectively throughout the body. We have a thin blend, which is our coffee for managing weight, and it features Siberian ginseng, again, ginger root, so we know it's going to enhance the absorption of the other herbs, green tea, damiana, cinnamon, green coffee bean, hibiscus, and Garcinia cambogia. And a note about this coffee is I would say this would be an ideal coffee to drink prior to a workout, because a lot of studies show that when we take supplements or such as this coffee that we call thermogenic, which means increasing metabolism, increasing fat burn, if we do that prior to exercise, about 45 minutes to an hour prior to exercise, the fat that's stimulated to be released from our fat cells back into circulation, a higher percentage of that will actually be burned off instead of reabsorbed to get stored again if we do that before exercise, because our muscles will utilize the released fat for energy. So this is definitely one I would recommend consuming prior to exercise for enhanced effect. But there's a lot of research now going into the thermogenic effects of green tea, in particular with the ECGC and the green coffee bean, and the Garcinia as well. A lot of really good research coming out. And then cinnamon for managing blood glucose levels, which is a huge piece of the weight management puzzle, is stabilizing our glucose response so that our body is not prompted to store as much of our fuel for fat. We also have the Beautiful Mind blend, which features Gotu Kola, a favorite of mine that also has a lot of gut healing properties to it as well. Ashwagandha, which is one of our supreme adaptogens. It's amazing in helping to restore healthy circadian rhythms as well, though I would not drink coffee before bedtime to restore circadian rhythms. But even when we take it in the morning, it helps normalize our cortisol with the effects of chronic stress as acutely. Rosemary, which there's so much research in the herbal world nowadays and branching into the medical world as well about the cognitive enhancing effects of rosemary. And what we know about rosemary is that it has anti-cholinesterase activity. And cholinesterase is an enzyme that begins to essentially break down our cognitive function as we age. So rosemary, the essential oils in this plant, can actually inhibit that enzyme. So it preserves our cognitive abilities, which is amazing. And then Bacopa, which in Ayurvedic medicine we call a Medhya Rasayana, which means a mind tonic, believed to just elevate the mind and bring the cognitive abilities into their fullest expression. Holy basil, which is another adaptogen. So a big piece of this blend is featuring the adaptogens to help modulate the stress response, which is very important because a lot of stress is going to take its toll on our cognitive function. We'll start feeling brain fog, mental fatigue, brittleness, and overwhelm. And if we can help reduce the effects of stress and cortisol on the body, then our mind is going to be much more acute. And then our ginkgo, of course, which is, again, phenomenal cognitive herb, also because it helps stimulate increased blood flow to the brain as well. So that's a general overview of all of our blends and really the thought process behind the herb selection for each blend.